We're going to talk about Photoshop one-click editing tools, and we're going to do an experiment. To do this experiment, we're going to use a less recognizable image. This is off of the Seestar S50. The object is SNR G194.7. It has 49 stacked 10-second exposures. The image is taken in Bortle 3. SNR is a supernova remnants. These are a little less common for people to image and post their images, and that's why I've chosen this one. So we could learn about supernova remnants and practice with Photoshop. In the Seestar app, there's a little button. I'll put an arrow pointing to it that causes these circles to appear, and these put the titles on the deep space objects that are visible in this picture. I've zoomed in on the right-hand side so that you can read those labels. The little button identifying these objects is only available after you've saved at least one 10-second exposure. This is an H2 ionization area in the constellation Orion. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the original that came right off of the Seestar, and then we're going to open up Photoshop and practice with some one-click editing. So this is our files that we've saved for this video project. This one right here in the bottom is the file that came straight off of the Seestar. It has 49 stacked 10-second images. That's the 1 zeros right there. This is the original file that we're going to start with. So if we double click on that, because Photoshop is my default program for opening these kind of files, that's what opens. If yours is different, you would want to right click on that picture and then do the open with feature and then open it in Photoshop. So mine has this box that comes up that is for layers. If yours does not have that, all you have to do is go up here in the Windows area and click on the layers, and then it brings this box up. That's what we're going to work with. This is the original file. When we're working with layers, we don't really want to change this background layer because that's the original. And then if we do some changes that we don't like, we can just delete the layer. But if we change it on the background one, sometimes we get a few steps in and then we can't adjust it. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click on this and duplicate this layer. And we're going to name it something else. We're going to name it experiment because that's what we're going to do. And then you see that layer shows up. You can refer to our video about Photoshop layers if you want some more instruction about layering. So once we have this, we highlight it. So that's the one we're working with. This box right here turns on. You'll see that when we're on the background one, it's grayed out, so you can't click on it because they don't want you making changes to your original file. So on our experiment box, we're going to highlight that. Now this box opens up and we can do this drop down box, and that's how we do all of these one-click changes that we're talking about. And so you'll see that they change as I scan over them. You can see the changes more rapidly. But I'm going to take a picture of all of these, put them in the video, and then you can tell me which ones you like the best. And so that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to click that, save it, and then put it into the video so that you can vote on which one you like the best. You'll see that some of them really change it drastically, and others you can hardly even see a difference. See, there's very little difference in those top ones, but there's quite a bit of difference. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on all of these, save them, and then I'll upload them into the video for you to vote on. But that's how you do the video editing with the one clicks in Photoshop. So now we're back to better audio on the recording, and we're going to upload those photos that we saved so you can see the difference in how those tools work. This first one is called Color Burn. This one is color dodge, and you can see that nebulous area up at the top is more visible now. This one is just called color, but you can also see that nebulous area at the top that you can't in some of the other versions. This one-click tool is called darker color. Here we have one that's called difference, and it looks kind of like rain on a windshield to me. This one is called dissolve, and it looks kind of like snowflakes in the foreground. This one is called divide. Not sure why you'd ever want to use that one, but maybe there's a use that I haven't thought of yet. This is called exclusion, and it also looks like you're looking through a window with rain droplets on it. This is called hard light, and you can barely even see the nebulous area at the top. This one is called hard mix, and it also removes a lot of the color. This one click is called hue, and it looks an awful lot like the original. This one is lightened. I like that one quite a bit. This one is called lighter color. It looks similar to the original as well. This one is called linear burn. It almost disappears completely. This one is called linear dodge, and I really like this one too. It defines the colors and the nebulosity pretty well. This one is called linear light. It does have the second nebulous area lit up, but it's still, you can't see the top one. This one is called luminosity, and it looks pretty natural. This is called multiply. A lot disappeared. This is called overlay. It's not bad. It would just need to lighten out enough for the top part to be more visible. This one is called pin light. It's not too bad either. You would have to do a little more brightening to make that top portion pop out a little more. This is called saturation, and it looks pretty good. I might brighten it to make that top part pop a little more. This version is called screen, and it looks pretty good. This is called soft light. I really like the dark background, but you can't see that top one very well. This is called vivid light, and it's maybe a little too much for my taste. And now we're back to the original. So you can see that you can make a whole lot of changes very quickly, and it's just a place to start. It maybe wouldn't be the finished project, but if you can get one you like and then enhance it further with some of the fine tuning, this is a great way to start in the post-processing of images that you get off of your Seestar. I think this one was my favorite. It's from Luminosity, was the one-click editing tool. I did do a little bit of brightening just to make that top one more visible, but I think this is the kind I like. I like them to look more natural, and so this was my selection. In the comments below, put what one you like and have fun playing with the tools in Photoshop.